Hi guys, welcome to our family thing, but I think it's only me because my son said
Huh?
he didn't want to
I
talk.
could talk.
This is for Spider-Man: No Way Home. I have this kind of at an angle so I can see him better. I don't really want you to see in my kitchen, unless you guys want to see in my kitchen, and you guys are just
Mm.
weirdos. So guys, right now, spoilers. If you have not seen Spider-Man: No Way Home, go watch Spider-Man: No Way Home, because the one thing I want to really talk about is from Spider-Man: No Way Home, and it's gonna spoil the movie for you. All right, you have been forewarned. So if you
Wait,
watch
wait,
this
wait.
now,
Before we
it's at
start,
your own risk.
you gotta rate it out of cats. What do you rate it out of cats? Out of 10?
Out of 10 cats.
Yes.
Why are we doing cats? Because we have cats.
Yeah.
Oh God, my son, if you can tell, barely. He is holding our cat. We call him LK, stands for little killer. So out of 10 cats,
Yes, out of 10 cats.
by far, this is the best Spider-Man movie ever. Out of all the Marvel movies, though, I'm gonna have to rank it
Second.
9.5 out of 10 cats. There's only one
10
movie. There's
out
only
of.
one movie that beats it.
No, just like overall, just not including the other movies, just overall, it's 10
Still
out of 10
9.5.
cats.
Well, 10 over
10
9.5.
out of 10 cats.
It
It
does
was a
not beat
10 out of
Endgame.
a 10.
It does not beat Endgame.
Oh, wait, Endgame was a 10 out of 10 too?
It does not
No,
beat
that
Endgame.
is
I still say 9.5.
100.
Out of
No,
all the Spider-Man movies and Marvel movies this year, yes, it's 10 out. Definitely
Endgame
10 out of
is
10 cats.
15 out of 10. Spider-Man No Way Home is 10 out of 10.
15 out of 10. Wow, so it went over the 10 cats.
Yes.
Fine then, the 10 cats. All right, guys. So, anyways, I'm gonna get right to the end of the movie, though,
What?
if you don't mind. I don't think
Venom.
Uncle Ben. No, not
Aw.
sound progressing. I don't think Uncle Ben exists in this
Nope,
universe.
he does not.
For but why?
Why?
Yeah, did you see why? Why would you say that?
Why would I say that?
Yeah.
Because Andrew and Andrew
Toby.
and Toby both already lost their uncles. So, and then he that one Spider-Man,
Holland.
yeah, Tom Holland, right? He hasn't lost anybody in his real family because Iron Man wasn't really in his real family. So
And
it's
Aunt May gave him that
before.
speech, but Aunt
It was
May gave the comic accurate speech because usually it's great with great power. They said comes great responsibility, and she says with great power a lot something else with comes great responsibility. She actually said it word for word like it did in the comic.
So the
book,
reason
Ben
why
said
it didn't happen when he was Spider-Man is because it didn't. It's like an.
But here's what I
absolute
think
fake
though.
out.
At the end, when he's standing at his aunt's grave, I was expecting to see maybe Uncle Ben's grave next to her. No, it
No.
was just Aunt or May Parker. That was it, guys. Just May Parker.
What
There
if?
was
What
no
if
Ben Parker
Ben
buried next to her. That's
is
why I don't think. That's why I don't think his Uncle Ben exists in that universe. Tom Holland's
What
universe.
if Ben is supposed to be like Aunt and Aunt May in a different universe? That's what I'm thinking.
Basically,
And
his Uncle Ben was his Aunt May because she's the one that gave him the great power.
yeah.
Along with great power comes great responsibility. Something like that. It said it word for word. I can't remember. It was a good movie. I'd have to. I want to watch it again.
Oh, it says with
part
great
of that,
power comes.
With great power comes something like that.
Comes with great responsibilities.
Something like that. Very close. It was word for word from the comic book, and the other ones were not. So yeah, Aunt May might be Peter's Uncle Ben in this movie with that speech, which sounds weird. But also when he's getting, like I said, at the end with the tombstone, there was no Ben Parker. It was just May Parker. And I'll throw another spoiler in real quick, guys. If you haven't watched Hawkeye, that is actually a good series. I liked Hawkeye more than I liked Black Widow. I don't know if I liked it more than Shang-Chi.
Hawkeye's not even done.
That was the last episode.
No, it wasn't episode 5?
Episode 6. You haven't watched it yet.
Wait, there's a new episode?
Wednesday, it's the final one. That's why we're binge watching it. Which I'm gonna have to do after this one. We're on episode. I've seen all the episodes. He has not seen the last one.
5. No one else is down here.
I still want to binge watch it. We're on episode 2, but after I was waiting for Amazon guy to come to do my other video, guys, which is unedited pops.
We're on episode 3.
I started episode 3. Just ended, yeah. So okay. So guys, if you want to check out my other one, because you can probably see some pops in the background, some pops over there. It's called Unedited Pops. I reviewed some Eternal Pops that I just got. So, but I'm going to spoil Hawkeye real quick. Because remember when Yelena was talking to Kate Bishop She says, I want to see the. This is also a spoiler for Spider-Man: No Way Home. Also, guys, she says, I want to see the new Statue of Liberty. That also is going on during Spider-Man. So
They both were.
I don't know why the creators didn't talk to Hawkeye. Maybe because it didn't tie in. But I mean,
Hawkeye
with the
should have been
stuff
in it.
breaking through, that it should have been.
Weren't they both in New York
They were
too?
both in New York, yeah.
And how did we not hear about it, like on the news or something?
Exactly. So these writers need to get together. Sony at least does with Marvel. I know Sony uses Marvel's studios and everything, which is fine. But that's why Marvel wanted half, and Tom Holland got him to agree. But I think Marvel went down to like 30 or 40% instead of half, because it is. Everybody's like, well, they get the merchandise. Well, guys, they haven't made much merchandise for the movies. They have for this one, which Marvel gets 100% of that. But the other two Spider-Man movies, they didn't make a whole bunch of merchandise that Marvel could really capitalize on, which is why they wanted more of the profits for the Sony shooting, having it shot at their Marvel Studios and not in Sony Studios.
What? That's below.
So yeah, Marvel got a little bit more this time around, because I think Sony does stuff for the merchandising too. They probably, well, Marvel, we're not going to make that much. We have to approve it. So yeah, Sony I think approves the stuff for merchandise in Marvel, which is I don't understand it. I don't want to get into legal things. But yeah, so the new Statue of Liberty evidently is being built,
and it's having
along with Hawkeye.
And the new
Hawkeye,
Statue of Liberty has the
Captain America's shield, and went back to her original bronze color. I thought maybe Elektra would have done that, because electricity will do that to oxidization to get back to that color. But no, they kind of like scrubbed that off and made it clean. But there's still parts over there are green. If you look closely.
Yeah, there was.
But I think because the shield was new and it hadn't been got in the air with the seawater yet, his foot paw is on my elbow. So, but yeah, that's why I don't think Uncle Ben exists in this universe. We didn't get a Sinister Six though, because we had
Sadly.
Doc Ock.
He wasn't really a villain though. Like in the
Well,
end.
no, in the end, but at the beginning we had Doc Ock, we had Green Goblin, we had Sandman, which started off good but then turned bad.
Yeah.
We had Electro. We had
which he was bad and then he turned good and then he went bad again.
Yeah, then we had
that's basically all the heroes.
Then we had the Lizard.
Yeah, the Lizard.
So we only had 5 of them, which was cool to see Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield appear in that movie. Oh man. If they did not appear in that movie, I don't know if I would have been disappointed.
I wouldn't have been disappointed.
I think it would still have been a good movie. I was expecting to see them. I think a lot of us were expecting to see them, because I think most of the hype was, man, we're going to see all the Spider-Man, and they tried really hard. They did a really good job denying.
And when we went
Andrew
to go
Garfield almost let it slip a few times, but somehow he's able to catch himself. I guess at the premiere, I think that was the premiere.
Oh, and Spider-Man, like, when they were at the premiere, they were like, not the premiere, or they were like doing like the tickets are like now available, and he's like, I have 2 special friends here with me today, and it was then Ned and MJ, fake MJ, came up, and they're like, who else would it be?
I don't like how her last name was Watson, because her first name is not Mary, and her Mary Jane Watson. That's what it's supposed to be, and her middle name I don't think was Jane either. So. Zendaya is a good actress. I love her, alright, but to me, she's still not MJ. I call her the fake MJ. From watching, just pick up a Spider-Man comic book. I've read a few of them, and just watch the other movies with Gwen, because it started with Gwen Stacy. Then Spider-Man accidentally killed her. Then it went to MJ, and I was so glad. When Peter wasn't able to catch MJ. Fake MJ. I was so glad that
Andrew Garfield
didn't let her die, and he didn't thwip her.
Yeah.
Use his webs this time to catch her, because
he had to use webs to catch.
No, he could have made it. I think he could have made it, but that dive he took though was just so much harder off the Statue of Liberty to catch her, because he realized he couldn't do the web thing again, because he didn't want a chance of breaking her next. So he redeemed himself when Gwen Stacy died. Because in the
doing?
comic books, guys, Gwen Stacy, Peter Parker, it's a weird ass cat. Peter Parker dated Gwen Stacy before he dated Mary Jane. And this cat, what? Am I in your way?
Can we talk?
Am I in your way? Sorry, guys. The cat's trying to push me with his back paws because my elbow evidently needs to disconnect from my arm for the time being. He's being so weird. But overall, it's a really good movie. I liked it. I think the reason why he turned his suit inside out, because that's why, because it did look like because green paint and his Aunt May got out. It was really cool that nanotechnology was in mentioned in Spider-Man, Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man.
Oh, and I like the part where his webs come out of his actual arm.
Oh my god. That was Tobey, and it freaked the other two out, because I think it was Andrew Garfield and Tom Holland talking about their web shooters, right?
Yeah.
And Tobey Maguire goes, "What's that?" Web shooters, so we don't run out of webbing. And he goes, "I don't have that problem. It just comes out." And they're like, "What?" And he shows them.
And he shows them. And
he says, like, "I don't have that problem." And he shows them. He's like, "How you doing?" He's like, "Come tell my pa." He's like, I think one of them asked.
That's weird.
Dude, which one said it? Was it Andrew Garfield or did both? No, did one? But both of them say, "Does it come out anywhere else?"
No, that was at the part when they were at the Statue of Liberty.
Yeah, but which one said that though? Was it?
It was Tom Holland. How Thomas Holland said, "Was it just your arms,
or does it come out anywhere else?"
It's either that or
Andrew is one of the two, but they were trying to talk to him about it. He's like, that's okay if you don't want to talk about if it makes you feel uncomfortable, because it really weirded him out. So that part of the movie was kind of funny.
Like, Andrew was so happy to actually, like, have friends.
Yeah, because he knew he's another Spider-Man. Electro, though, kind of, he's like, "Man, the way you acted, though, I thought you were a black Spider-Man." He's like, "Maybe there's a black Spider-Man in a different universe." I think we're going to get Miles Morales Spider-Man and the Tom Holland universe, to tell you the truth. Because if you remember Spider-Man Homecoming, there's a Spider-Man.
That means we're going to
the next Spider-Man is called Spider-Man Freshman Year.
Yeah, I know.
That's probably for college. But
that also means
Miles' his uncle.
Miles' uncle's going to be a bad guy.
Yeah, we know that. But he was in a deleted scene. Did anybody watch the deleted scene for Spider-Man Homecoming? Okay, because he's still stuck to his car. He calls his nephew Miles and says, "Miles, I'm not going to be able to make it. I'm sorry." So, yeah, we saw McLaren. Miles Morales was mentioned in a deleted scene from Spider-Man Homecoming. So, I think that Spider-Man is going to be in the Tom Holland Spider-Man. He's not going to be in a different universe. Gwen Stacy was rumored to be in this movie. She was for Spider-Man, but she was not in there.
What if, like how the Doctor Strange is on with the Doctor Strange, and that Doctor Strange, the fake one, is like the Doctor Strange from What If? What if Miles Morales comes to the, MCU universe?
Miles Morales is already in the MCU universe.
No, like the cartoon version, though.
Oh, because we were thinking, guys, there was a trailer for after the movie for Doctor Strange, and they released another one if you haven't seen it. I guess not really spoilers. But we do see an evil Doctor Strange. And we're trying to debate if it's just a variant or if it's the Doctor Strange from the What If. But his goatee is longer. Because in What If, it wasn't really that long.
No. So
we know it's a variant Doctor Strange for sure. But we do see him use tentacles to fight something. So it has me thinking, what if Doctor Strange? But I don't know for sure.
No, he could, because he can't go back to his home world.
But he's trapped in that prison, though, to watch.
Yeah, he has to watch
Killmonger and
Ultron.
Zoloft in Ultron's
Zoloft.
body. In that prison to keep a watch on them over the Infinity Stones. And there is a What If Season 2 that's going to have the Gamora, which is not going to totally make sense. It's going to be Episode 1. They should have just done that episode. I don't think it's got time to guard the galaxy as much as they say it is. But we'll see. That's the only reason why we did get a What If from Gamora, daughter of Thanos. because it says it ties too closely into Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3,
So that makes me
which I
thinking
don't
Gamora's
see that
Thanos.
happen unless Gamora decides to take up her father's mantle and decides to become evil instead of good, which would be weird because Guardians of the Galaxy fighting Gamora with Nebula. Nebula knows she wants to be good, so we'll see, guys. That's going to be
Nebula
really, really
is
weird.
an anti-hero, actually.
She is now, yeah. Well, she was in the comic books, too.
Oh, okay.
Even in with the Infinity Gauntlet storyline, which was like 6 comic books, she puts on the gauntlet and says, undo the last 24 hours and snaps. So, now we'll see. I'm interested to see where that one goes. Next, we're going to get the Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas special.
It's not coming out this year.
Hopefully, no, it's next year.
Why? On Christmas?
Hopefully, it's not as goofy as the, because Guardians of the Galaxy 3 is coming out next year. Or is it the following year? It's coming out whenever Guardians of the Galaxy 3 is coming out, and that's next year.
You think?
But that's when they're going to do the Christmas special on Disney Plus, and hopefully it's not as goofy as the Star Wars Christmas special.
There's a Star Wars Christmas special?
Yes, there was a Star Wars Christmas special.
What happened?
I don't remember. It was goofy. Oh, gosh. Not that kind of goofy, guys. But when we went to Disney World, there was a group, spiders guys, with a Santa hat, and I think they also had socks that they saw at the Marvel store. We didn't see it in the park. Yes, we went to Disney World.
We're supposed to be talking about Spider-Man.
But so that's it for we're talking about Spider-Man. I just wanted to mention that one thing about Uncle Ben. Unless you have anything else you want to throw on there.
What if Doc Ock turns evil again once he goes back to his own universe?
I don't think so, because they made that neural chip, but it's nice to. He still might have to sacrifice himself to drown the experiment.
Or no, because what if Andrew saves him now because he knows he's better?
It would be Andrew. It would be
not
Tobey
Andrew,
Maguire.
Toby.
Well, he said, but Doc Ock said, "Look at you, all grown up."
Mm-hmm.
So evidently, that's not. He's got to be going back to a different time before when that happened. But evidently, things worked out between his.
Yeah, it depends where he didn't say he got he didn't come to that universe right when he got dropped from the bridge.
Yeah, I did, because he was. What did you do with my experiment, Peter?
Don't remember that because he said
he did say that.
He said he was fighting and he was trying to stop.
He even said he had Spider-Man by the throat. He did have him by the throat.
He never said he was falling from the water.
Because it hadn't happened yet.
Yeah,
it hadn't happened yet.
So he could talk to him and tell him not.
No, I think he's still gonna sacrifice himself and then die. But Norman Osborn,
or he could just run away.
Will not, evidently. So that's gonna change the Spider-Verse for Tobey Maguire a little bit. But I think Doc Ock is still gonna have to sacrifice himself. Dr. Connors and Sandman just wanted to be human again, so he got that. So you can see his daughter, Dr. Connors, and oh god, his eyes and ears. What was his name?
Electro.
Yeah, I don't remember his real name because even
it's to do with funny hair.
Even the guy said, "What happened? Now, last time I saw you, you had a bad comb over."
Yeah.
So I don't know how he got the body he got when he got transported to that universe, but he did. Whatever. And he's also yellow and not blue.
Because it's different energy. He was talking about how it feels like
different energy. Yeah. So one thing I could think of it. They never explained on it, but we'll go with that. So I think maybe the different energy, but I can understand the different energy for his lighting and stuff. But he wasn't buff in the that universe, and he was blue. I think he started off blue because the different energy turned yellow, but I don't see that being part of the. Why all of a sudden he had hair and he was buff. Unless that energy gave him abs, kind of like the Flash. So lightning gave me abs. If you guys watch the CW show, I can't watch the CW shows anymore on that. This writing's just gotten so bad. They need for the Flash. They just need this needs to be the last season. This needs to be the final season of the Flash on CW. I am sorry. I mean, it was a good show to begin with. I really enjoyed watching it. I love Alan Gustafson as his Flash. He's better than Ezra Miller. Good actor he is, but he is not Barry Allen. Not even close to an alternate Barry Allen. He's just not Barry Allen to me. Anything else about Spider-Man?
Nope, I'm good.
Except for, is Ned a wizard? Or is he going to forget that?
Oh.
Because he might forget that now.
What? Ned?
Yeah.
Forgetting that he can do magic?
Cat. Move, cat. Cat got in the way. Well, if he doesn't remember Peter, spoilers, like I said, because if Doctor Strange made it to where no one knows Peter Parker, especially Happy didn't know who he was, MJ didn't know who he was, Ned didn't know who he was. But remember, Ned was trying to find Spider-Man. That's why I think the magic worked. Because he was trying to find Spider-Man. How he found Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield instead. But he's going to forget, since he doesn't know Peter Parker anymore, I think he's going to forget that. Something for you to think about, because
Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange, yeah, well, he said, that's why he said, bye, Peter Parker. He goes, what? He's like, oh, I'm going to forget that you're Spider-Man too. And he, like, changed the spell to him 5 different times. That's how come when Green Goblin put that bomb in there, they started to crack, because all those villains knew Peter Parker, so they were trying to come through. And that's what Tom Holland said, well, none of them knew Peter Parker. And that was a little sad in the movie at the end, too. When he goes into the coffee shop, and he was going to tell MJ that he loved her. But I don't think he wanted to hurt her, so more than she was already hurt with her eyebrow at the end of the movie. Or above the eyebrows, like her head right there. So to not cause her more pain than she was already in, I don't think that's the reason why he didn't tell her.
Tell her what?
That I love you and I'm Peter Parker and I gave you the Black Dahlia. Because she still wears it at the end of the movie. Yeah. She knows somebody gave it to her. She knows there's importance because she knows that Ned didn't give it to her. But it just kind of sucks that. But how much of the world doesn't know that he's Peter? He has to have a birth certificate or something to show that he's a real person.
Yeah.
But I just think it's people that know him forgot that he was Peter Parker, which sucks. That's like everybody in his school, all the because Happy Hogan said he knew May, his Aunt May, through Spider-Man. So they know who Spider-Man is. That means the Avengers might will still know who Spider-Man is, but they won't know that he's Peter Parker. So even Doctor Strange probably knows Spider-Man. But he probably won't remember that it's Peter Parker. Because that's the way the spell works.
Oh, he said everyone will forget about Peter Parker, not Spider-Man.
Not Spider-Man, exactly. So, because, remember, Happy says, how do you know her? And Peter lied and said, I knew her through Spider-Man. He said, same. So, they know Spider-Man, but they don't know Peter Parker. Which is kind of sad, because he has to... If you look, when he's moving in his apartment, he has a GED book. The test for the GEDs to take it, which he's going to ace.
What if he told Happy he was Spider-Man, though?
He didn't know.
Yeah.
Because,
so what if? What
I guess that's a what if episode, huh?
Yeah.
What if we, Doctor Strange made people forget about Spider-Man, but remember Peter Parker? I think the villains still come through, though. Because they're really after Peter Parker. The only reason why they know because of Peter is because he's Spider-Man.
Yeah, but what if now he has his own Green Goblin and his own Venom and his own
post-credits scene, guys. Piece of Venom goes back to his universe, but there is a piece of the Venom symbiote still left in the MCU.
Oh, I'm done.
Which just kind of sucks. I kind of wanted to see Venom.
We'll get in Venom though.
I really wanted to see Venom. We'll get a different version of Venom.
Yeah.
But I really wanted to see that Venom, though, in that universe. Which we're not going to get now, because he's back in his own universe, which kind of stinks. But at the same time, I'm glad they left that open for another Spider-Man movie. Which, by the way, is the highest grossing MCU movie this year. But I am really excited. I'm really, 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 really excited for Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. With, America Chavez, I think is what her name is. I forget who's playing her. That's the character.
Stargirl?
She's going to be in it. Stargirl's DC.
Oh, never mind.
Which is a ripoff from Captain America, because she has a star in the middle and it's red, white, and blue, whatever. But no, her name is American Chavez. Forget the actress who plays her. We're going to Maximoff again. We're going to Christine Palmer. We're going to see an evil Doctor Strange. We're going to see Mordo. He looks way different.
I thought Christine Palmer died.
Mordo? No, she didn't die. In the What If episode, she dies. In the MCU, that's not an absolute point. She might die. I don't know. But in that universe, she had to die for that Doctor Strange. Kind of like there's other different versions where Tony Stark dies, except for his Gamora. So Tony Stark's death is an absolute point. except for the universe he's with Gamora to destroy the stones before the Watcher took her. So there's actually a universe where Iron Man survives. Thank you. Black Widow's death is supposed to be an absolute point, but the Watcher took her out of that universe and put her with Captain America and Captain Marvel. Because she died in that one. Which was cool. I like that the Watcher did that. So, there was a cool Easter egg, though. If you guys seen the What If episodes, what was it? Zombie Survivor or Spider-Man or whatever that pop is called. Yeah. Whatever they called him. The cloak of levitation did go on Spider-Man for a little bit there.
What do you mean?
Doctor Strange's cloak.
Yeah?
Was around Spider-Man for a little bit.
For a little bit. I thought it was on there for like a long time. For like
maybe not. I remember...
it was on him.
No, I'm talking about the movie.
Oh, what movie?
No, wait,
oh, yeah,
he was. Oh, my God. Dork butt. Guys, I don't know. My only one that didn't see is my oldest daughter. The other two boys are in trouble. So my mom. Honestly, I told you spoilers. I mean, evidently we talked about more than
I'm gonna spoil the whole movie for Paige.
See, you better not be watching this.
She
I always said spoilers.
She doesn't even have a phone.
I don't think she's subscribed to this channel, anyways. The whole Fuller family one. I don't know. If I still wants to end the video, you can go. I can talk about Spider-Man. Dude, there is no time about this one.
You're done talking about Spider-Man. Look, you want to talk about Spider-Man for 30 minutes?
Yeah, so?
You have nothing else to say.
I don't think so. I thought I had nothing else to say 15 minutes ago about Spider-Man. We're still talking about Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
I like when the cloak of levitation went around Ned to save his life. It's funny because I think Tobey Maguire asked for a back pop by Andrew Garfield because his back hurt. Because if you remember in Spider-Man 2, he didn't want the responsibilities anymore, and he went, "Oh, my back." And he tries to goes, "Oh, my back." So yeah, he still has that back pain that he carries with him. But like I said, I'm glad at least it seemed like things worked out between him and MJ. So if they do make another Spider-Man Sam Raimi film, I hope they do show that he's married to MJ, like in the comic books. Someone said they follow the one day storyline is when Spider-Man wants his aunt back, when his aunt died. But people forget who Spider-Man is, including MJ. That still might be a thing with Mephisto. Real quick off Spider-Man, because we saw the previews for Doctor Strange and Multiverse of Madness. Unfortunately, I don't think Mephisto's going to be in that.
Mephisto's not going to be in the whole MCU.
You don't think he's going to show up at all in the MCU? I thought he would show up in the Doctor Strange and Multiverse of Madness. I don't think that's going to happen, because if they do that, then China won't show it. I mean, guys, they show in the U.S. like devil things, Fantasia, because Disney won't show that. You don't remember the devil thing in Fantasia, and there's other things.
We gotta end this video.
Yeah, we better, because they're just yelling upstairs.
Please like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more. And we'll see you in the future.
And guys, hashtag bring Mephisto to the MCU. We want to see Mephisto.
See you in the future.
Right,
bye.
Bye.